Hey, good evening, everyone. Happy Thursday. We are wrapping up this week, and I hope you've had a great week. I know I have. The weather has been beautiful. Where it's cool in the mornings, cool in the evenings, but still hot during the day. Perfect. Perfect for me is hot all the time. I prefer summer weather. But if we're going to have to go into fall, I will take what we've got right now. I'm loving it. I think it's hysterical. My daughter, my middle daughter, has been wearing to school. She's been wearing pants with shorts underneath so that in the morning, she's layered up and then she slips off her pants and she has her shorts on. Actually, she said the first day that she started to take her pants off, her teacher didn't know what she was doing. And she's a fifth grader. Here she is standing there taking off her pants, and the teacher realized she had shorts on underneath. She said it was quite comical. But it's that time of year, though, where we layer up, right? Where we have to layer up, where we have to not quite, wear the heavy stuff yet, right? I mean, I've been wearing a sweatshirt most days in the mornings. And actually, I left mine this morning at BNI. I have to go pick it up from my BNI member who grabbed it for me, so I have to get it from his office tomorrow. Sweatshirt in the morning, and then by the afternoon, I'm in long sleeves. I'm in short sleeves and, capris and whatever else back like it's summer again. So that time of year, but that time of year also is a time for change. Seasons change usually means people start to focus on what is most important to them again, right? And sorry about that. I had somebody who was trying to do a Facebook Live call to me. I guess they're not paying attention that I'm on live now. Right? But it's, hey, Gail, this time of year when we start layering up, it's also when we start sort of peeling back the layers in our own lives and start looking at what changes we want to make. And I'm seeing that a lot. I've had so many people come out of the woodwork over the last week and a half saying, okay, I'm ready to get started. I'm ready to get myself healthy. And actually, I put up a post tonight asking who wants to lose 20 pounds in 5 weeks because it's so doable on my program. And the response has been overwhelming, right? Amazingly overwhelming. People have been commenting on the post, but also the number of messages that I've gotten, private messages that I've gotten saying, please help me. So, which is, hey, Laura, which is awesome because you know what that means? It means people are ready and thinking this is time to get healthy. Now is the time to make the change. I can tell you now is the number one time of year that people really actually go and to make a change and successfully make a change is now. A lot of people think it's January. It's not. What happens in January is people think so. They make their New Year's resolutions and New Year's resolutions don't stick. Making it now is the time to get healthy so you go into the holidays in a healthier place, right? Making that change is so important now. But the key to that, the number one first key to that is knowing what you want. Knowing what your goals are, knowing why you want to get there, because without that, you're not going to be successful, right? I say that to people all the time. If you don't know why you want it, you're not going to be long-term successful. I can guarantee to you, if you hop on program with me, I can guarantee to you, you will lose weight. I have never had a client not lose weight, period. It's based in science. That's going to happen. Weight loss is going to happen. Are you going to keep the weight off? That's up to you. What does that mean? Right? And I am very honest. I don't make any promises, but I can promise that if you stick with the coaching, if you stick with all the free resources that you're given, if you use the support and you totally change your life with all the access that you have, you're going to keep the weight off, right? Look at me, 3.5 years later, right? I lost 75 pounds 3.5 years ago. I had never, ever, ever been able to keep my weight off. And I have been able to because I changed my life. Laura said, I know why, but the problem is with certain foods. Laura, we can talk offline and figure out what those certain foods are, right? And help you make better, healthier choices that maybe can fix that. Oh, there's something on my screen. That we can help you make some better, healthy choices because it's there, right? I've never had a client, and over the last 3.5 years, I've helped a whole lot of people, and I've never had a client not be successful, right? But you have to be ready and willing to make the changes, right? You have to be ready and willing to maybe step outside of your comfort zone just a bit. And that's the second key piece, right? First key piece is you got to know what you want and you got to know why you want it. That's number one. Without that why, you can't be successful long term. You can be successful short term, but you can't be successful long term, right? The second key piece is being ready and willing to step out of your comfort zone. Any major change, I don't care whether it's weight loss, I don't care what it is in your life, any major change that you're going to make in your life comes from stepping outside of your comfort zone. No big changes can happen while you're staying in that comfort zone, that protective zone, right? To change, we've got to break free. We've got to go through those things and find our next spot, right? And sometimes that's really scary. I can tell you, it can be really, really scary. I don't sugarcoat things. If you think I sugarcoat things, then, or if you need someone to work with you that sugarcoats things, don't come to me, right? I'm a call it like it is person. And I will tell you, change is scary. But the amazing things that come from that, wow, right? When I started this process 3.5 years ago, change was really scary. I am very much a creature of habit. My kids still laugh at me because I eat the same things all the time and I do the same things and I very much have this routine. And when my routine is off, it drives me nuts, right? My eldest daughter is the same way, like structure, creature of habit, totally need that, right? And so when I started first making changes, it was really scary because I was stepping outside of my comfort zone, doing things differently than I had ever done it. But the beautiful thing was, first of all, I had a coach. I had an awesome coach. I still have an awesome coach. You never give up your coach. Your coach is free to you for life. But I have an awesome coach. But at the time, I had just started working with my awesome coach, right, who took me by the hand slowly through some of these things. And sometimes those baby steps, I didn't even realize I was taking baby steps. I didn't even realize I was outside my comfort zone until I had stepped far enough out of it, and it wasn't so bad, right? The majority of the things that we worry about every day never actually happen. Okay, I'm going to say that again. The majority of the things that we worry about every day never actually happen. It's all in our heads, right? So that fear of stepping outside of our comfort zone, it's all up here. It's all up here. So whatever it is that you're looking to change, right? You can do it. You just need to change what's up here. Change that thought process, right? And once we do that, the world is open to us. There's so many amazing things that can happen. And we can do that, but we got to know why we want it. And we've got to be ready to take those steps. We've got to be ready to do it. And once that happens, wow, the world is open to you, right? I mean, 3.5 years ago, I wasn't doing half the things that I'm doing now, right? It was funny. I'm in a networking group, and they asked me yesterday afternoon to speak today. Every week, a couple people give longer talks. And they asked me yesterday afternoon, and I said no. And I don't usually say no to things like that. I don't usually say no to anything. And I was practicing my no's because exactly what I talked about last night, right? When you say yes to one thing, you're saying no to something else. Or when you're saying no to something, you're saying yes to something else. And yesterday, I just had so much on my plate that I couldn't say yes to that because it meant I was going to have to say no to something else that was super important. And so I said to them last night, I said, I can't do it tomorrow. I don't have time to prep because I don't like to go into anything like that not prepped, right? I said, so I had to say no. And so this morning, the person who had asked me, I went up to him and I apologized because I felt bad. I didn't want to put him in a bind. He didn't. And, he said, don't worry. He said to me, he thought I was saying that because I was afraid to talk, right? And he said, but we're going to get you up sometime soon anyway. He said, you're going to get up and speak. And I started laughing. I said, I'm not afraid to talk. I said, I just want to be, I said, that's not, I said, first of all, I need to make sure I have it done so that I can get it within my time frame and not go too long because, as you guys know, I don't like to shut up, right? But the thing is, that wasn't outside of my comfort zone, right? And so that was okay. But we have to do those things. We have to know what we want and why we want it. And we have to be willing to go for the things that we want, right? And fight for them. And say no, just like I was talking about last night, right? Yes and no. Say no to the things that don't make sense to us for us right now, right? Say no to those things and yes to the things that are going to propel us forward, right? But the key is with that speaking thing, 3.5 years ago when I first started this, no way would I have said, would my response have been the same? I would have said no to him because I was terrified to speak in front of the group, right? Now I wouldn't even have thought twice about it. Now I said no because I couldn't rein it into 8 minutes without practicing it and without planning what I was going to say, right? So a very different reason why I said no, right? But that was because that comfort zone has changed over the last 3.5 years. 3.5 years ago, I was in such a bad place mentally. I didn't want to stand up in front of a room of 50 some odd people and talk about myself and my life, right? That and my business, right? That wasn't going to happen, right? Not comfortably, right? But now, that's how I said no. I said no because I'm excited to do it and I want to make sure I say the right things and I want to make sure that I can give people the best information, right? In my 8-minute slot, because 8 minutes is hard for me. So really, let's go for it, right? Figure out why you want it. Figure out what you want and step outside of your comfort zone. And if you saw my post and that rang true to you, that you want to be one of those people that loses 20 pounds in 5 weeks, I can't 100% guarantee 20 pounds in 5 weeks, but I see it a lot, right? Depending on how much you really actually have to lose, right? If you only have 20 pounds to lose, my guess is it's going to take you a little bit longer than 5 weeks. But if you have a whole lot of weight to lose, you might lose faster than that, right? I see the whole gamut. But if you want to do that, if you see that and say, I wish that were me, right? And you don't want to post it on there, shoot me a message. Let's talk. Let's figure out how to make it happen, right? Because it's doable. It's possible. You got to step outside of your comfort zone and think where you can be in 5 weeks. Think how different your life can be in 5 weeks, even if you don't hit 20 pounds, right? I always tell people, shoot for the moon, you're going to land in the stars. Shoot for the stars, you're going to hit an eagle. Shoot for the eagle, you're going to hit a rock, right? Shoot for the rock, you're not going to get anything, right? So shoot for the stars. What is it that you want? Close your eyes and envision. Forget about the 20 pounds in 5 weeks. Close your eyes and envision. Where do you want to be in 5 weeks? What do you want different in your life 5 weeks from now? Because you can have it, right? Shoot for the stars. Decide what you want and go for it, right? In baby steps. Small steps. Hey, Jeannie. Small steps. And with those small steps, all of a sudden you're going to turn around and you're going to realize you've gone a mile, right? So start thinking, make your plans. What do you want? How are you going to get it? And how are you going to step outside of your comfort zone, right? Have a great night, and I will see you back here tomorrow. It will be much earlier because the Sabbath is starting earlier and earlier, but I will see you here tomorrow. Bye.